had the rather stupid idea of buying a competitor coach company.
Right.
Which,
as you do.
You
just wake up one night with a cold sweat and I need to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a stupid idea. It actually worked out really, really well. But it probably was against the grain of what traditional thinking would have been at that time. Traditional thinking would have been to batten down the hatches, keep a low profile, just try and kind of ride out the storm. The attitude that I took at the time was, well, it's now or never. We've got a unique opportunity here to really make heavy strides in a difficult market. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens. So we it's a local coach company near to us that we'd known for a number of years. We knew what their business was like. We knew what their work profile was like. We saw humongous amounts of synergies, and we just felt at that stage that it was a risk worth taking.
Was that so? I mean, we were still talking about it being kind of part of everything that happened during the pandemic and the challenges around that. Do you think that company, were they struggling more than you? Was it a case of they might not have continued if you hadn't taken them? I mean, I'm not saying that you kind of came to save them, but were they also struggling to the point at which you saw they might go out of business or?
It's a good question. I don't think they were at that stage. I think they definitely had a bit of a staffing issue in that they didn't have enough staff. And that's a problem that I think every business in the coach hire industry faces. Even we face that on a fairly regular basis. But they definitely had a staffing issue. And I think it's more from the point of view that the owner at that time of the business had probably just had enough. Wanted to retire anyway. I think wanted to retire pre-COVID and then had been through COVID and thought, why am I still doing this?
Yeah.
We worked with them and worked very closely with them to make sure that we had a smooth transition over to our business. We still have a good working relationship with them now in terms of we have good terms and. A lot of their staff, I'd say 90% of their staff that joined us on day one are still with us today, which is really good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It was a really, really good acquisition that at the time felt very scary, but it's worked out well. And now, as I say, we're running across the group of two companies. We're running just over 60 vehicles.
Are they branded as Hearns, or are they still kept their original name and identity?
So some of them still have the original name and identity, but we are gradually phasing that out just because I think it's hard enough to have one brand going, let alone two in the same geography. Ultimately the two businesses are so similar in what they do in terms of the same work profile, the same clients even. It doesn't really make sense to be having two brands that are effectively trying to compete against each other. Better off having one synonymous brand over time.
Okay.